Busy people and lots of yellies, Worcester hipsters and fed up townies. We have more than pizza in common, with 2 rocks for bookends. New Haven, New Haven, New Haven, between 2 rocks.
Welcome back to the Between Two Rocks podcast. This is episode, I'm not 100% sure, 14, maybe 15? I think
it's the ballpark.
15 feels right, but I'm not sure. Thank you so much for tuning in again on this miserable Sunday afternoon. Welcome back, Colin.
Good to be here, Josh.
Yeah, we both biked through this terrible, terrible weather.
Yeah, my ass is wet.
Yeah. I mean,
got that good spray.
You got to get those rails for your bike, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're into it.
I like it.
Okay, yeah. In that case, I don't want to tell you how to live your life. You know,
yeah.
It's like
I look for the puddles.
I have a sex positive attitude, so it's important to you know, respect that. Yeah, it's parade day.
Yeah,
here in New Haven once again.
I know it's pretty sparse out there.
It is. Yeah, this weather has got to be helping the cleanup.
Yeah, I only saw one guy get arrested so far.
Not bad. Step up your game, New Haven. Where are you at? Yeah, traffic is horrible, but yeah, it's not too bad.
Let's talk traffic.
No, that was about where I wanted to let off on that. But today is actually exciting because last year Parade Day was actually the last day that I drank alcohol.
That doesn't sound exciting.
Yeah, all right. This is the kind of support network that makes an alcohol-free lifestyle possible. You know what I mean? Friends that are just like, yeah, I guess that's fine.
Was I supposed to give you like a chip or something?
Yeah, I thought you and the AA crew were gonna, then we do a little prayer. This is turning into yet another AA podcast. No, it was just like crazy for me to think it's been a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, time flies. I was just
when
like,
you're sober.
When you're sober, yeah, that's right. Oh, what as opposed to the blur of booze is somehow
that's right.
Slows you down. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. So here I am sober on Parade Day. Strange time to be alive. We are recording downtown at Baobab Tree Studios, and we have 2 guests today who are the co-owners of Fussy Coffee in Science Park. I believe co-owners? I don't know. Not 100% sure on that.
Co-people.
Co-humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But actually, and we do co-own it.
You do co-own
So you were right. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you
totally
were right. Co-owned.
So Fussy Coffee in Science Park. That's where it is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Hoppin' new coffee joint. Pretty exciting.
It's jumping.
It is. Every time I go there, it's you guys doing brisk business over there.
Yeah.
It's a lovely neighborhood to be in. We're awfully, we're busy, and we have like all these cool people that come in.
Yeah.
And
Colin.
And Colin comes. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be a little quicker to punch. If you want to hurt Colin's feelings, you get up pretty early in the morning.
We're pros at beating up Colin here,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I see Colin all the time. We've like slowly started saying hi to each other and talking to each other.
This is the best coffee shop within 2 blocks of my house. I got to tell you, hands down.
Hands down.
You're so generous,
And he's
Colin.
including a couple really nice vacant lots over there on...
That's where I used to drink coffee, yeah. Get a box of Joe
around.
and just hang.
That in no way surprises me.
Yeah, that's pretty much your office, right? Fussy Coffee?
I spent a lot of time over there, yeah.
Your rent is due.
Yeah.
He just paid and pour over, right? Is that how rent is paid?
That's
Absolutely.
right. Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Nice. So how long has it been open now?
We opened the last week.
I actually did not introduce your
Oh, yeah.
Also because I forgot your names. So like that's Dave and Joe?
He got it. He got it.
See, you didn't forget.
I didn't. Did I
just
really get it right?
You lost a little confidence, and that's all.
Wow.
That's Dave talking.
Joe.
That's me, yeah. I'm Dave.
Joe
Could you
and this is
introduce
Dave.
yourselves? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Joe.
I'm Dave.
Do you have last names?
No,
Or
actually.
do you not want to say them despite being business owners? You just don't want to go on the record?
I can give you mine if you want.
I mean, I guess if you're holding it that close to the vest,
are you
I don't
gonna
want
say
to
yours?
At
pry.
this point, I think you should just keep it anonymous. This is getting uncomfortable.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't think this
I'm also
would get
not
so
believing
personal.
the actual names, even if they come out at this point.
My name doesn't
David
matter. My
Smith.
hashtag is really where my cachet is.
Okay, what is
That's
that?
how you'd find me in real life.
Okay, which is what?
I can't.
You can't tell the hashtag either? Jeez, boy, this is going to be a really interesting interview.
Wow.
Very veiled people.
No comment.
Right. Hidden identities.
My name is Joe Bolero, and I'm from Shelton, Connecticut.
Okay, wow.
And I'm David Negrero, and I'm from Woodbridge, Connecticut.
ASL.
Nice. Usually when somebody says that they're from Shelton, Connecticut, there's usually some like story about hitting rock bottom and like how you got here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Who
know.
have you been talking to?
Just
People from Shelton.
yeah, people from the valley, adjacent towns.
To be honest with you,
Insonia
Shelton's
people.
really kind of borders the valley. We're actually in Fairfield County.
Oh, okay.
You hit
That's a hard sell.
You hit that.
But
you
yeah,
hit
you-
that river, and then all of a sudden you're in the. You go from New Haven County to Fairfield County, which is where Shelton is.
I like
Right.
to see that people in Shelton are also shitting on the valley. Whoa, we're not from the valley.
No
We
town,
opted out.
no town admits to it. That's how you know it's good.
I like the All-American Valley, like as a whole.
Yeah, I actually had no idea when people just started calling it the Valley, and I'm not like from this part of the state, so I was just like, what are you people talking about? This is not known outside of like this part of the state, I don't think. No, I don't know where I'm from anyway.
Not much reason to know, really.
Yeah. So you're from Shelton, you're from Woodbridge. One of you owns Bar 140, is that right?
It's all this. We're all thrown in now. Yeah, but
Okay.
like I
You started
it.
that, though.
We're actually brother-in-laws as
Okay.
well as co-humans and co-business partners.
Yeah. Okay.
We're brother-in-laws as well.
That's how you met. Or did you get into business first, and then you're like, somebody should marry somebody's
meet my
sister
sister.
or whatever? Right? Exactly.
This is. I
It was
got
like
a
a
great idea for
dowry
our
thing?
business.
We got a real.
I noticed that you used to be full owner of Bar 140 and no longer, but now you're brothers-in-law. Like, what? Is there like a dowry arrangement or?
We just started working together, and it all just goes into the same pile now. So we just keep working and working, and
Working.
it's easy. It's easier that way to throw them all in together. You know, me and his sister, my wife, started it 7.5 years ago.
Bar 140 in
Bar,
Shelton.
Bar
Right.
140 in
Yep.
Shelton, and
Which, by the way, very good bar.
I've never been.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like a hip little bar downtown.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Pictures look great. Looks like
Yeah, and that's a cool.
fun, attractive people having
I
a
wanted
good time.
I wanted a date there once, which didn't go very well. So, I wouldn't mind a refund on that. But,
On the date part?
yeah, just my time. Could I get the hour
you
of my
winking
life
at me?
back? No, it was great. I don't think it was a nice date. Just didn't work out.
Tell us more about it.
There wasn't kismet. You know what I mean? She just wasn't that into me. Is really what it was.
She did not like you. Yeah.
I didn't say she. I would say she likes me as a human. I think, just not as a lover.
Co-human, yeah.
So do you
Co-sexual human.
split your time between Bar 140 and Fussy now, or is that kind of that venture's running itself?
we have. I do. The thing is with Fussy, it's a much bigger place. We've got a nice big kitchen there. So sometimes I do some prep in New Haven and van it over to Shelton. So I'm still doing work for it. Like for service, I'm not as needed. Like we've got a pretty dialed in crew there we've had for a while, and it's in good hands. So I go in, check in, bring anything they need in, or go do some running around. Sometimes it's fixing something or that sort of stuff. The first
food
class
is broken. Look at this sandwich. It's in quarters. This is strictly a half establishment.
The first class in culinary school should be a plumbing course, like a crash course in plumbing
Same for homeownership.
and electrical
I think. Yeah,
and everything else, and
just
carpentry.
life. They should
Third
replace-
grade, that should be the first class.
Sorry.
We don't need to
Basic
learn
plumbing.
cursive. We're
Here's your
gonna
power tool.
sweat this pipe.
Did you learn cursive in grade school?
Yes,
They just didn't teach it in my school.
third grade.
Wow.
Did not teach it. All I
Yeah.
can write is my name. I can barely read it. I'm barely cursive literate.
Oh yeah, I can't read it anymore, but we did learn it.
I can't. I tried writing it the other day. I was like, I don't know if I know how to do this. I was trying to do the alphabet.
Yeah.
Z is real hard.
Yeah,
Z is
got
like
a little spooky thing going
Kind
there.
of funny.
Yeah.
Hey, we just said hi to a guy
Hey,
in a
that guy
top
didn't
hat.
puke.
It's parade day, people.
Guy in a top hat walks by, not just regular hipster top hat, but just like a
A parade top hat.
celebratory top hat.
Looked like the guy from that, what's that, like, that Christmas Tale? Is that what that
Christmas
was?
Carol.
Yeah.
Ebenezer
Scrooge. It was
Scrooge.
that
That's
guy.
what it is. Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's right. He probably
Young
was Scrooge.
Ebenezer. This is like when he still works for Fezziwig. What that man is. He's young.
I don't know what
young
that is.
Scrooge. Are you not familiar?
Christmas Carol.
That was the same day as the
backstory.
Christmas
Let's
Day.
do some deep cuts. That's right. Now that it's almost spring. Okay, so are you a chef? Is that like your background?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you open the restaurant. You're like, I got food ideas, right? And so do you like come up with sort of the menu for Fussy / Bar 140?
It's totally in collaboration with Dave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave has like the taste buds of a butterfly. Like he can taste everything. So, like he can pick out the flavor of
It's
anything
like
you put in
rich
there.
in pollen.
And and like I can make
Flowery.
I can make something, and he'll like be able to like he's like you know what this needs? What if we put this in here? What if we try that? I'm like, oh,
Okay.
like,
That's
like he's
actually
got-
my pace too.
He's got
So he's real good at eating food. That's what he's bringing to the table. Love it.
You can see it right here.
What are your taste buds like,
I like
Josh?
he gestured to his belly for the listener. right here. So you know, gestures don't work super great on podcasts. So you know,
I haven't noticed that, haven't I?
But yeah, no, it's in collaboration totally.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
is there a lot of cross pollination between the two restaurants, the bar and
Get
and
off
Fussy
this
Coffee?
butterfly thing called Jesus. What's wrong thing with you?
Yeah, there's total collaboration. Like when I'm making up the cocktails for Fussy, I talk to one of our bartenders over there, Sandy, a bunch, and we share some of the cocktails. We don't share some of the cocktails. Like it's just for Fussy, you know, it's kind of weird because we're fully a cafe, third wave style, the whole thing.
What is third wave style?
They call it third wave. It's kind of a catchphrase, but it's ultimately the first wave.
It's
is
not
like,
the bra burning one, right?
It's similar,
the,
very similar. Yeah.
Okay.
We're on the same page. The first wave was like they call like Folgers or whatever, like coffee came to America, kind of a for the masses.
Mhm.
And then they call the second wave like Dunkin', or some people would even call Starbucks in second wave. So the third wave is just like a kind of a new way to kind of brew coffee, and so that a lot of our coffee is light roasted,
Mhm.
and they do that so where the roaster kind of picks a profile that's best for the coffee to stand out in its own. Like there's tropical characters or like floral notes or citrusy notes that are in there, and they roast it to the point where they find it has the most those characteristics as opposed to just like coffee syrup. This is like coffee flavored coffee, like where it's just like artificial. So they're letting the bean be more of a tropical fruit again.
Mm.
So that's the third wave style.
Is fourth wave out yet?
No, that's what
will it be? What do you predict?
will it be?
Okay.
That's our shout out to Willoughby's.
Love you.
They're not on board for sponsorship, so we do not have to say anything nice about them.
No, it's kind of crazy because like we have like all these different things at once. It's like almost like a full blown restaurant, and it's almost
Yeah.
like a full blown bar. So we share like as much as we can with Bar 140.
Yep.
That makes sense, but they're two total different entities sometimes.
Isn't there another like shop too? There was Bar 140 and something else. I want to say I was reading about in the Independent.
Taste and See cupcakes.
Taste and See, yes, the cupcakes.
Yeah, that's how like so. Joe, if you rewind a few years, like Joe
Yep.
fully owned Bar 140
Yep.
with my sister, and then I fully owned Taste and See Cupcakes,
Mhm. Which is where?
which was in Milford.
Okay.
I did sell that.
Okay.
Are they still a going venture?
It's now I think called Backroom Bakery.
Ooh.
that sounds dirty.
Actually, yeah. I that's where I get my
Colin, you've probably been there.
Hand
wink.
jobs?
Yes. Well, I was going to say drugs. But yeah.
I missed the wink wink.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
The wink doesn't work on radio, guys.
What
Yeah.
you can't tell is Colin's really smiling right now.
He's almost always smiling. He's a very
Yeah.
jolly guy. It's weird that
Yeah.
we even get along. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Just
a
the shape of
yin-yang
his face.
Balance
situation.
each other out.
Some would say I drag him down. I don't know.
Yeah. Most would.
His wife.
I just saw her yesterday. She's got some cool new glasses. So
She does.
that is the weekly Shelley update.
Mhm.
We will see you in a couple weeks for who knows what else, what other accessory. Yeah. So you had the bakery, the cupcake shop, Bar 140, still kicking. So and yeah, you have like a really kind of eclectic menu, and one thing I really like about it is it's got like a good mix of stuff that's like vegetarian, non-vegetarian, kind of like broad based. I feel like a lot of places in New Haven are either like super pro vegetarian or super just like pro meat. And I feel like I have a hard time finding places that are kind of like, like there's a good selection. There's not just one thing that I can order. You know
Options
what I
for
mean?
everyone.
Exactly.
Was that
that was on
intentional?
purpose. Yeah, that was intentional. It was sort of we figured, we were going to be in that area where there's lots of people commuting in for work, and we knew we were gonna have a broad group of people to take care of. So we tried to make almost everything so that you can, if it has meat, sub it out for something else and have some other options. And
Can I sub this meat out for twice the meat?
that is it sounds
Yes.
funny, but is a very common sort of. Can I add some more meat to this?
Yeah, double meat. Classic.
This meat sandwich needs a little more meat. Just throw a little pork on it.
Easy on the bread.
Is it? How did you choose that location over there? Was that? Did you look at a bunch of different spots, or was that one just fall in your lap?
I think the true backstory is that we originally were. I was driving past Metro North Station, Fairfield Metro, I think it's called, and there's
AKA Bridgeport too.
yeah,
They
yeah.
just don't want to admit it.
No, there's a Bridgeport station
No,
as
right
well.
by Shelton.
No, there's
No, it's not.
no. I'm just saying Fairfield Metro is in Bridgeport,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
just don't want to call it Bridgeport because
Bridgeport 2.
I
they
suppose
just
that
call it
is
Black
Bridgeport,
Rock.
isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. But that's like the nice part of Bridgeport, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just funny that they're like, let's not call it Bridgeport. guys."
Branding.
Yeah, exactly.
So we pitched the idea to do like a shipping container there, cafe.
On the train.
No, just like in the parking lot. And they said no, pretty much.
Yeah.
What?
They gave it to somebody else.
Shipping
So
container?
Herding young people into a shipping container in a parking lot didn't go over.
well, it's a small shipping container, so
Mm-hmm.
they'll be confined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Wow.
No, so then we just were driving around, and we saw New Haven, and for New Haven, like a lot of the great spots are taken up, and it's just hard to find good property, and
Yeah.
so, or at least in the high density areas,
Mm-hmm.
and so we saw that spot over there, and we thought it was a win, and there's just like a new kind of emerging part of town, and it has that nice piece of grass there, so you can kind of just like you can do whatever,
You
like
can sit on a lawn.
That's where I sunbathe.
cornhole.
sunbathe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we wanted
no,
to talk to you about that
Yeah.
actually.
Does the speedo need to be
Where
so
I
small?
Tan my belly.
You got to get maximum sun exposure. That's the whole point,
Got to.
It is definitely
Got
maximum.
that D.
That Speedo is definitely custom made.
Yeah, that spot's been vacant for the storefronts there have been vacant for years. So it was kind of like
None of them have ever had anything
the
in
neighborhood was waiting for something.
Is
Did-
Yale your landlord?
it. Yes.
So do you want to say
Yes.
something bad about them right now? Or?
No, we love Yale.
All right. Nice.
They've been
Thank you, by the way, Yale.
they've been
So
really
did they show you the
they've had
places, or like did you approach them, or like how did that work?
Yeah, we kind of.
they have a real estate agent that handles a lot of their
Right.
commercial stuff, and we got chatting with him.
Okay. And they're like, "Here's the spots we have." And you're like, "Oh, if you want to, if you feel in high risk, we got something over in Science Park."
No, actually, we chose that spot. We were
Okay.
like, that's the number to call. That's the spot we want.
Okay. Right.
And
And it just happened to be that Yale was like, that's exactly what we want there. We
Right.
want a coffee deli.
We've been waiting for 20 years.
this fella.
It's just like a lone phone in an empty room. Oh my God, it's ringing.
It's
Dottie.
the red phone. It's the
Yes,
red one.
Exactly.
They're calling for Science Park.
Nobody even knew. Like they built a brick wall like over. They just smashed through the wall to get to.
Smash glass in case for Science Park call.
Nice.
the real estate. We got chatting with the real estate agent about it, and he was like, he was asking a little bit about us. I was like, oh, we got this bar over in Shelton. He's like, great, we're gonna stop by. I was like, oh boy, it's like not the same vibe,
Yeah.
It's like
no, it's
he may I like the bar is like this old building, and it's like it is what it's like a that old kind of valley.
but
brick
it's chill though. It's
building.
like very hip though.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like.
I guess it's I guess so.
Yeah,
like
it's not like
I was
don't,
nervous.
Like, you
I
go
was
in and
like-
I'm like I remember when I walked into Bar 140, I was like, oh, this place could be in New Haven. Like this is like not like I've been to other places in Shelton that do not have the same vibe.
Really?
Where the tap lines are Bud, Bud Light, Bud Select.
Well, select. What kind of bougie Shelton bars are you going to?
Yeah. So, but they came in, and I was like, I hope they like this because it's very different from what you're explaining to them, and they're like, they totally got it, and we hit it off, and it went really fast from there, pretty much. It was like, you want it? Cool, we'll sign it. Go.
Did you do any
Boom.
kind of like market research in terms of what's the, how many businesses or residents are around there or anything? Or
We found a whole study that Yale had actually done on all of New Haven about like how many people and how many businesses, and it was like it had all the information we sort of needed. It was on this website called. We found it on Google. It was very.
Google.
Have you heard, have you
So
heard of it?
Just check out google.com.
Sorry, that was a
yeah, and they
that
have
was a-
everything you need.
That was
This
a
is just
misguided
like when
joke.
Hanifa was pitching her Instagram.com.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram.
Just go to the main page and assume I'll be there.
The market research was limited, but it was a strong gut feeling of what was
Yeah.
from being people that just hang out in New Haven a lot.
Mhm.
Anyways, the availability was there and it was cool. It's just a really cool spot, like
Yeah.
I said, with the green there.
Hmm.
How long did it take to like get up and running? Like, did you have to do a ton of renovations? Was it kind of like ready to go?
No, it was a concrete slab when we got there, with no original intent apparently of it being a restaurant, because it was a slab. There was no plumbing or electrical to it yet. They had to excavate out the floor and dig it up and put the underground plumbing and electrical and all this stuff. It took a while. It was a lot of work.
And did you have experience with that from Bar 140 or?
Both of our families are come from construction.
Oh, so you were both like built in some sort of kiln, or how
Yes,
does that work?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Oh, the detail is stunning. Real craftsmanship.
We actually kind of built the whole thing ourselves, which was a lot of work, but not nearly as much work as running the place.
Okay, wow.
But it was really
So
fun.
did you foolishly think to yourself, just as soon as we get this place up and running, I'll have a little bit of free time?
Literally, that thought crossed my mind, and I could not have been more wrong.
Yeah, nice.
I had a child like 2 months before we opened too, which
That's the way to start a business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
That labor is going to really pay off 14, 15 years, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you don't sleep really?
I never did sleep a lot, but less now.
Less now. Nice.
I don't require much sleep.
I think I read a study that like new parents like go through 2 to 3 years of just full sleep deprivation, like as a illness.
6
you know?
years.
6
I just
years.
read it. That's how
Oh,
long it takes for you to
6.
get to your pre-baby sleep levels.
Nice. All right,
Yeah.
well, you're about to be there.
I read these articles enthusiastically, voraciously.
Yeah, no, don't sleep.
So, did you pay to do all the renovation yourself, or were they kind of like a built-to-suit type of thing, or is it all the money was coming from you?
A little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll reimburse us a portion, but up to a certain portion. So after that, it's all on us.
So it's like a
Okay.
negotiation.
So I assume if you're
Part of
doing
the
like
lease.
infrastructure work, if you're putting in underground plumbing, they'll
They
give you something back.
They brought it up to what do they call that thing where
Oh, vanilla box.
they call it? Yeah, it's like they bring it up where it's fireproof, and they did they brought the service of electricity, and they put the HVAC in, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did. Yeah,
All that
yeah,
stuff. So
that's
they
a lot,
they
yeah.
gave us a box with AC in it,
You put up
Right.
your own hanging plants,
and we hung the plants.
personally, yes.
succulents.
And that's it.
No,
You
they're
just
not
go
even
in there.
succulents. Straight from IKEA, though.
We tried getting succulents. They died too quickly.
Yeah.
They're a lot more work than
Yeah.
you think.
Ferns. What are those things?
I don't know, plants, I think.
Name those plants.
Green.
Welcome to Josh's Plant Corner.
So this is the portion of the show where we talk plants.
Got a good plant vibe over there. What was the experience like working with like the city on permits, liquor? So not great, you would say, based on.
Yeah, I'd say
Just a lot of in New Haven. You've got it's like you're in two towns at the same time, where you're in Yale and New Haven. So you gotta just get a lot of papers signed and
This was kind of dual
triple
regulated.
signed. It's
Because Yale basically has rules about what they want near where.
they'll
Right?
just as a landlord what they wanted.
Mhm.
We had to.
They
They've
can't
got their
legally
own.
stop you, but they're like, hey, here's what we're
They've
looking
got their
for.
own
Here's
fire.
what we'll help you with.
Yeah,
sure.
they have their own like fire. They came in and checked all like, while New Haven did as well.
Mhm.
This
just-
is the Fire Lord Ragnaros.
Yeah, and at a certain point, I just sat down in the building department office. I was like,
And cried.
I'm just going to sit here until you give me this permit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
After like 3 hours, you're like, all right, fine, I'll just sign it.
Wow.
Really?
So that's how you do it. It's
That's
it.
interesting.
I gotta try that.
Works for a lot of things, actually.
The Grand Marshal just walked by. I don't know. I saw a lot of guys
That
today
wasn't the Grand Marshal.
wearing those
Because the Grand Marshal was
Irish-colored ribbons.
Courtney O'Connor or something or other.
Who the hell was that impostor?
I don't know. It's just some other human.
The guy's
wearing-
probably not even in the parade.
just found a sash.
Yeah.
Might not even be Irish.
That's how we became Miss America. Funny story.
Picked it off the ground.
Who's the most
this is
Irish guy
beautiful.
you know?
Me.
Yeah, Colin, for sure.
Colin, that's a very Irish name.
Colin Ryan.
No,
Yeah.
I've got a cousin who lives in Ireland. She takes the cake.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on.
I have a friend named Coley O'Toole. I think that's
pretty good.
I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty good Irish name.
Yeah?
I think.
Is he Irish?
Oh yeah.
All right. So what did like Bar 140 and Shellen teach you about like the restaurant business that you were able to like carry into Fussy Coffee? Like what about that, like what do you think, you're able to carry over? Because obviously like in New Haven it's going to be harder. There's going to be probably more competition, it's going to be rent, I assume, will probably be a little higher and,
Yeah, all those things. The bar is always a good practice of trying to just trust your instincts on like what you think is right to do and is going to work, and kind of trust that you have an idea of what that your customer of some sort, and that you can. There's no data that can necessarily tell you, to try. You have to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I always started there, to trust, to know that I have some, that I at least I'm going to offer something that I think
you would like,
that I would like, and that I think there's a place for, and try to do it try to do it good.
Is the customer always right?
Depends if his name is Colin, then absolutely not. No.
Sometimes I'm dead
that's
wrong.
The kind of treatment
customer
you get as
always
a
right?
frequent customer.
That's right. Yeah.
This is, by the way, their most loyal customer.
I was just joking around with Colin like I've known him for years and years
If you
and years.
continue spending $25 a day there, you can do whatever you want.
Actually, the mark is 45, but I'll take it.
Is the customer always right? That's an interesting question.
I've seen customers be flatly wrong.
Yeah,
Flatly
I think
wrong,
they're
yeah.
terribly wrong all the time.
In the bar business, you see people in their either best light or absolute worst light. Alcohol does a funny thing to people.
It does, yeah.
Are people getting wasted over at Fussy Coffee?
Nah.
Hasn't started yet.
How late are you
Are
open?
you asking us like for
We're
permission
open
or?
till 9 at night.
Till 9. So it
It's a
does
long
kind of
day.
reduce. It is a long day, but it does sort of reduce the hijinks, I would say.
It's
right?
not.
Yeah.
It's not. It just doesn't have the vibe to be the sort of place where you like want to get. And we don't. Again, we have like a menu that we made that we, worked really hard on with cocktails and properly picked beers, and it's not like a shot. It's not a Boilermaker place.
Yeah, you should get an ice luge.
We should get an ice luge. Maybe we'll get a freezer.
That's the fourth wave.
That's
Bam,
fourth
coffee
wave.
through ice
Here we
luges.
are. It happened
Coffee,
here.
yeah. It's you take your espresso shot down an ice luge. That would be
Actually, I would
Fabulous.
do that. I would actually do that.
that would be so good.
That'd be pretty nice.
Isn't it fun when a really bad idea becomes good? You're
Yes.
like, you know what? Actually,
Yeah.
maybe we do
You
need
should
a nice
play
solution.
around with this.
This should be a shot and a beer kind of place.
Yeah. You need to change everything.
Old Granddad and Budweiser. You ever have Old Granddad
Yeah, somebody actually gifted me a bottle of it as a housewarming
in the last year?
No, that name
not
just
last
creeps me
year.
out so
That
much.
would
I
be
can't do
fucked
it.
up, right?
Hey, thanks.
Ooh, you can
Here's
really
what I-
taste the granddad.
Here's what I think about your sobriety. Here's some cheap whiskey.
You want to take a shot of molesting uncle? No.
Come on, man. We got so far, and you just couldn't do it. Ugh. God. So the shop seems really popular. What do you attribute that success to? Was it all like luck? Was the area just waiting for a place, to find some food? And how do you draw people in and kind of keep them coming back?
I would love to know the answers to
Yeah,
all
those are
questions.
good questions. We should get like a professional in to answer those for you.
It was luck, wasn't it?
It is
It
entirely
was dumb
luck.
luck.
Dumb luck.
I don't like to think that anything's dumb, but
It's actually I think it kind of ties to the last conversation too a little bit, that there's kind of always a market for excellence, and so we try to do everything like well
Yeah,
and kind of read our market a little bit. Like
that's true. There are plenty of mediocre coffee places around here.
I mean, because there's like that office building across the way and behind us, and we try to like, okay, these people are gonna have like just a few minutes for lunch,
Yeah.
so you have to be able to crank out dishes and crank them out fast,
Mm-hmm.
and then also like.
Do you get a lot of like Science Park traffic over there?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
know like that's
Yeah.
where Central ITS is. A bunch of
They-
nerds.
Yeah, I think the 2,000
drive
people that
around.
live and work within a half block radius is super helpful to the business, I would imagine.
But it didn't help G Cafe down the street
It didn't seem like they were trying to succeed.
succeed.
Yeah,
You think
honestly.
they
yeah.
were built to fail business model?
Too small. Even that half block was a big difference.
Yeah,
half block
no,
away. There was
certainly.
one person working there. It was tiny. It wasn't a sit down kind of place.
Yeah, they didn't make food on premise.
Yeah.
we learned really fast and I don't think we even planned for this, but like the first day we like opened, like, and we didn't have a full staff yet, not thinking like it's going to be, I was like, I'll just handle the kitchen for the first, until we figure out what the flow is. Just getting pummeled at lunch every single day. I was like alone, like with tickets and tickets. It's like, oh my God, I need help. It was so much.
I mean, there were probably people drinking coffee in that empty storefront already before you made it a coffee shop.
Yeah, I think so.
It's nice when you build around them, they can charge them.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's there's the lunch. We have all those businesses right in that neighborhood that just commute in, and lunch for us gets us through. It took a few weeks, maybe a month before the locals knew about us. Like, so the weekends would be slow. It would be like,
right. Yeah,
but that only lasted like 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, and then like the locals knew that we were doing brunch, and it was.
Yeah, I had no idea that. Colin was like, "Oh, let's do brunch at Fussy." I was like, "I don't even think you can, man. What are we gonna do? Like BYO eggs or whatever?" But no, it was great. It was got the salmon eggs Benedict, pretty good stuff. I'm a pescatarian, so that's like a perfect wheelhouse meal. I'm like, let's get some fish up in my breakfast.
Yeah, the salmon sandwich, that one's a good one too.
All right,
that's
I haven't done lunch.
You're gonna want to check that one.
What's that?
The salmon sandwich, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's fun. And you can do it on the go.
I mean, I work at the library. I don't work downtown. I'm not going to walk all the way to Science Park. It's ludicrous.
What about your bike?
Yeah, we're on the bike path.
We're on the bike path.
Right on the bike path.
Break in the middle of the day.
That's true. As soon as it's like bike weather again, we're almost there. Soon.
So are you guys thinking about taking over the open space next door and making a proper bar there, or what?
Actually, yeah.
Do you want us to?
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Will you keep coming to Fussy though, or do we lose you to if it was a new place?
They'd be competing with the Taurus, and then where are you going to go?
Exactly.
The what?
Taurus Cafe.
Taurus Cafe is 2 blocks away.
You see how much we know about it.
Shocked you guys don't know about
Slightly different
literally don't
clientele that hangs out at Fussy.
it. Yeah. It's Heineken.
It's a local New Hallville bar, so it's for like
Where?
Taurus Cafe?
I think it's on Winchester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tourist like a person who visits a town, or like tourist like the sign?
Like
Taurus
Taurus
like
like the
Aquarius
Ford,
and
Ford Taurus?
like a Ford Taurus, if you will. Yeah.
I drive a Ford Taurus.
In fact, there's quite a few broken down Tauruses parked outside. Maybe that's where it got its name.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that.
It's all coming full circle now.
Yeah, it's a bit of it's a local place. Yeah, it's not. There's probably not a lot of cross section, I would say, in your customer base.
It's on the
No,
side.
0, I would imagine.
0. Yeah, I would probably near 0 if possible. Yeah, if I had to pick a bar across this town that had none of the same customers, that'd probably be it.
It's been a running bar there for, I want to say, over 100 years.
Really?
In various names.
I know
Same
the city would
bartender.
love to shut
Taurus
it down
the best
too,
one, though.
But yeah.
Yeah, the city's tried to shut it down a couple times. It's a whole thing. Check the Independent.
Yeah, we're not gonna posit any opinions here about what that all is about, but
You gotta live in this town.
yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm not one to tell people how to spend their time as long as they're not hurting anybody.
Sure.
So,
yeah, but we've been really just lucky and just really grateful that Fussy's been so busy and so successful or whatever. It's just been awesome to we got a bunch of regulars that we're friends with like Colin here, and we feel free to just joke around and be silly with, and it's been just kind of mind blowing. Kind of we're along for the ride too, sort of. We do everything we can to keep up and make the place really rip and drive. But
yeah, what about a comedy show?
Yeah, we would do it.
We've done comedy in Shelton before.
Oh, really? Who?
Yeah, we've done we used.
Do you know who ran it? I know Craig Taylor's from that area, and there's a few. There's a bunch of Dan Calloway, Stash Makita. There's a bunch of.
I think some of those dudes have showed up before. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to. I think maybe even. Did you ever do karaoke there at Bar 140?
No.
Oh, all right. Yeah, they're
not
oaky
karaoke.
heads.
Yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere.
I mean, I'm with you, but a lot of people like it. You'd be surprised. People really like singing.
Taurus, I heard, does it.
I have no idea.
Mostly.
You should try that and report back and let us know how that goes.
There was some fun. There was some really funny jokes I remember from when they would. We did it for a month, I think. We did it on this, tried to see what it would do.
You should try and poorly retell those jokes as you remember them.
Okay, so here's
Can
the
I
setup.
vote against, or is this? I would love to do a comedy show.
It's
there,
like if you try. It's like, but like the weird thing is because it's a restaurant too. Like we would put it in sort of this back room that we would use for a dining room, but we'd also do shows there. But it would be weird because people would be eating and not really want to be part of the show, and then the host would be like, "All right," start doing a little crowd work, and they'd be like, really not into
Oh
it.
yeah, I think
you're
the best
describing every
photos
comedy
are,
show I've ever done.
the best photos are your open mics from Dempsey's where people are eating directly next to the the
there's
comedian.
a comic like on stage. There's someone right in front of him eating wings. You're just like, oh, this is local comedy. This is how it works. What advice would you give to somebody who aspires to open a restaurant or a cafe? I mean, other than don't compete with us.
Oh, that's all you, Joe.
No, I'll let you take this one.
Choose the right
I
spot.
don't
Let it
even know
fall
this-
into your lap.
Yeah. Come from
someone
20
who
years of construction.
Someone who wanted to open a restaurant.
Yeah, not me.
What would I tell?
Yeah.
What would we tell them?
Yeah.
How much money do they have?
Yeah, it's all,
That's the
$100.
I might buy a. There's. I don't
What do
know.
Just
you
get
what do
one
you
agent
drop
on my
to
phone
get
and say-
Fussy Coffee going? Do you want to share?
What's that?
What do you put into that to get Fussy going?
Nah, I don't know.
I'm not-
we don't have a clear enough answer on that yet. It's the jury.
Hard
The
to
jury's
say.
out on that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but you do need quite a bit of startup capital, and
Yeah.
margins in the restaurant business are pretty razor thin, aren't they?
Yeah, I would just kind of,
Just say don't do it.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. What would you
Yeah.
recommend?
I don't know. I'm still working on one
IT. I would go
Oh, yeah,
IT.
IT.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you
well,
think?
Good. Done.
We're both software developers. Yeah, I think we're on board.
Yeah, we did it.
I don't think that business is going anywhere. This IT stuff.
Yeah.
You heard of it yet?
Oh, the big T's on the grow.
The number of people when I was in college who were like computer science, but they're going to outsource that all to India. I was like, aren't you an English major? Like, guess what? They've already written everything. You're fucking.
They
duped.
actually outsourced English to India.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's a bigger problem.
Yeah. All right. So don't get into the restaurant business. Great advice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
that's
say
good.
it's a good. I wouldn't feel confident telling someone they should get into the restaurant business.
Yeah.
And tell them that.
yeah, that's. I mean, I got asked that question like a few times before, and I'm just kind of like, this is tough industry.
Right, and you have to really devote your life to it.
Yeah, it's
This
like,
is really
how-
time consuming.
How much
right?
do you enjoy 14-hour days? Think
Are
about
there?
that.
Do you feel like you've made any dumb mistakes that have kind of just wasted time, wasted money,
that's all it
steered you wrong, or any things advice not to do?
Start a restaurant.
Just in general.
No, I don't know. I mean, nothing's that dumb because you won't do it. If it's real, if you do something that's dumb, you hopefully will learn from that and not do that again. So, I mean, it's all useful. I don't think we've made any huge financial
Massive
blunders.
blunders. No, yeah.
I don't know that we'd still be here.
What's your
Yeah.
downfall going to be?
Downfall?
Fourth wave.
Fourth wave.
This ice luge
Ice
thing's really
luge.
gonna not work
It's going to
out.
be an ice luge place opening next door.
Oh my
That's it.
God, these guys are over there with the ice luge, just fourth wave place across the street.
You know that vacant lot over there?
These guys are fourth waving over
Should
there.
have. You know what? We should have done more market research, not just what this thing
I
was
should have
found.
just trusted
Yale
Yale's
doesn't have that in their
prefab.
reports.
No.
They
Surprisingly, they
planted.
left vacant lots out of it.
Yale planted that report for us to find. A report done by the.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I
even,
was
it
gonna
wasn't
say.
even. It wasn't
You're
even
like,
Google.
oh.
It's like an open Word document.
Oh God, I need a better lawyer.
I mean, as soon as you were like, Yale did all the research already, I was like, yeah, okay, this sounds like they're probably telling you what
It
you
was.
want to hear, right?
I think Yale hired some huge Manhattan firm or something.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think it was. I think it was New Haven, actually, technically.
And maybe.
And then I was
Yeah.
just looking at it. It was just like a sea of data. I was like, all right, so someone did something.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
There
how to
is a
use
lot
this.
of data on this location.
Look at all these numbers.
I mean, I think like
pretty.
guys like Randy Salvatore have some sort of equation in their brain. They're like, all right, if I build 5 biomedical buildings, they will rent to Yale scientists in 3 months, and market rate apartments will make this much money back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So developers have to think about these things.
Yeah,
sure. That data's out there. There are a bunch of available storefronts near you. So like we talked about you having a bar or something. What other like shops would you like to see nearby?
What would have some good spillover effect? There's probably what is there? Maybe 3 or 4 empty storefronts between you and CrossFit.
Ricky D's.
Ricky D's is in the middle.
How's
Yeah.
Ricky D's doing over there?
What's the
I don't know,
question?
I never really ask him like, hey man, how you
How's
doing?
business?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
He-
say it in a threatening way. I think
Well,
it would be great.
They opened up on Sundays now, Ricky. So
okay, so they're not doing too bad.
Ricky
that
D's
must
I
be-
hear does
yeah.
really well. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
ribs.
I know
They
Good
do a
ribs.
big
I know
catering
the-
business.
When we built Fussy, I would eat those ribs or
they're
the wings
fantastic.
or the salad. Yeah.
Very good.
I did very often.
Not very pescatarian friendly, I'll say.
Yeah. Local guys over at Ricky D's.
Huh?
Yeah, they're good boys.
Mm-hmm.
Good dudes.
Nice.
So what was the question?
What kind of other shops or restaurants, or what do you think would be
For
complimentary?
me personally, or
Crematorium, something like
Either
that.
or, I don't know. Yeah.
I
You can answer as a business owner, a human.
I'd like a
A
guitar
florist.
store next door.
Oh yeah,
A guitar
store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would not
Yeah.
again, like the restaurant business. I wouldn't recommend that either.
No.
Yeah.
But I want to just have a place to
Yeah.
go look at
So
guitars.
it's like a
Foster
Sam Ash over at Woodbridge,
nightlife.
right?
A bike shop,
Yeah.
a bike shop, a guitar store, and a. That's about all I like.
The Devil's Gears guys come by all the time. I think they're actually fairly interested in putting a bike shop in because right
Yeah.
on the path, right? You could just like
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
get a
Little
bike,
stopover.
go use it. Yeah,
Little satellite.
guitar store be great.
They do like to overextend themselves, the Devil's Gears. It's kind of their
They
thing.
do, yeah.
Good guys though.
Expand and contract every few years.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So you don't. Do either of you actually live in New Haven or no?
I live in Woodbridge right now.
I'm back in Shelton.
Back in Shelton. Were
Yeah.
you in New Haven?
No.
Did you leave? Oh,
No,
okay.
but
Because you said back as if you had left Shelton at some point.
me and my wife bought a house there in Shelton.
Okay, so you're pretty well committed.
To Shelton?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a tattoo on my shoulder blade of a gale.
I definitely feel like he's kidding, but
It's actually of a dragon like
but I
eating a nun.
refuse to find
Yeah.
out if he's not. And I want to live in a world where he wasn't lying, so I'm going to choose to live in.
I was
Clothes
hoping he was
went
going to
off.
stop at I have a tattoo on my shoulder.
It's a Tasmanian
Wink.
devil with a Shelton gale. No, I'm kidding. I'll show it to you when we go to the green room after and have the tray.
That's right, Scotty.
Wait.
So you're not
Oh.
from. Do you feel more invested in New Haven now? Would you
Oh
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're-
Like, well, even from before, like
We've been hanging. This is where
that's-
you'd come to
yeah.
hang out.
right, it's the local
anything,
city.
yeah. Because Woodbridge is the next town north, so it's no problem. So we were always just hanging in New Haven, anything, food, drink, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
So, although like we have like huge roots with Shelton and we love Shelton and it's actually like this awesome little town and but New Haven's like been our home for a while, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a Shelton tattoo on your low back, right?
It's actually it's right. You know they call it I think
A Shelton
tramp
stamp.
stamp.
No, we're not
Yeah.
using that term
No,
anymore.
we
It's
don't
a
use that
Shelton
word.
stamp.
Yeah.
Sounds off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dumping on Shelton. Shelton's
That was-
great. You
that
guys
was-
are. I'm sorry the date went poorly, but it's a great town.
Okay, first of all, the date was fine. The town, you're just being absurd now. I don't know.
Oh, it's
no,
great
no,
fun.
Shelton is fine. I don't.
We got a post office there.
We have a bar.
It's important to shit on the things that you love. Like that's
Yeah.
really that's how you.
That's how they know you love them.
That's right. I'm from a trash
Do you know
town
my
called
mom?
Coventry. Don't worry. Like I'm not in a
Coventry.
position to insult anybody's. Yeah.
What was the question? Oh,
So what was the question?
yeah. What could go there?
Yeah,
with
what
us?
could go there?
I don't.
For real. Yeah.
Really,
not
actually-
a guitar store.
For real?
For realsies. Yes.
You know, if they use the whole space, you know, like I think they're thinking that they might subdivide, but what if they put a little go-kart track in it?
Okay.
Like,
I see. We're just
do you know
gonna
what
be
I'm
silly.
saying?
You're not taking this seriously.
I mean, if I knew, I would do it. I have no not a clue. Like
Okay.
they try to get like grocery mart in there. And
Yeah,
that
we've talked
could-
about that.
A what?
grocery store would be
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Little grocery store. The big corner spot is
yeah, like a super
20
bodega
big.
or mini market. Yeah.
Super bodega.
Yeah.
Have you used that phrase before? You
I don't
used it
think
very
so.
casually.
Yeah. I don't know. It just came out
I
naturally.
never heard of those two
he
words
says
together.
it most days.
Let's
yeah.
go to the super bodega.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that feels like two things. Like you know exactly what I mean when I say.
Oh, I
it.
do.
Yeah.
I do. I just wanted to make sure it was not a thing yet.
Nobody wants to hear tiny grocery store.
That's right.
You know those
Wow.
grocery stores
I would
that are
argue
small?
no one wants to hear super bodega.
I'd rather go there.
At least I'm
I've been
curious
to
what's
a
going on.
bodega, but
I think now that we flushed this out, supermarket still stands as the strongest option.
Okay. Nice.
I like it though.
I'm on Guitar Store. Really. I'm
You still like
there.
this
I
idea,
love
even
the
though there's
guitar
a Sam
store.
Ash in Woodbridge.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, but it's not in Science Park.
Right, exactly. What
Yeah.
if you have
Every
what if you want
neighborhood
a
needs
guitar?
a guitar
Right,
store.
exactly.
If you need one now,
I don't want to live in a world that doesn't have a guitar store
Yeah.
in every.
You're on your
neighborhood.
rollerblades and you say, "I need a guitar now."
Terry,
I gotta start a fifth wave coffee band.
Yeah.
I need a guitar
That's it.
now. All right. Well, that was all the questions we came up with. So let's play some games. So one game we like to play is called One Thing, because we haven't come up with a better name for it.
I thought the new suggestion was better.
What was it?
Let's steal that idea.
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Would you say that the 9th Square Market is a super bodega or it's a mini
Just a-
market? What would you call
That's
that?
just a tiny market.
Yeah, it's just a.
Tiny market.
A tiny market. Oh, okay.
That is that's more flattering than super bodega though. Tiny market.
I think it's derogatory.
I'm going to the tiny market, like the
I
tiny
think
desk.
you're way down on this super bodega idea, and you shouldn't make it.
Yeah.
I'm invested.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. I don't know what to tell you.
I like it.
It was steal someone else's idea.
Yeah.
That's what it was called.
Steal someone else's idea.
And so basically what it
better
is
than
yeah. Well, One Thing is also quite a bad title for it. So basically the idea is you come up with one thing from another city that you'd like to see in New Haven, you know. So sort of unique features, if you will, of other cities. You know, one thing we talked about was like the High Line from Brooklyn, which obviously we would have to first build a line and then have it go defunct.
And then landscape it.
And then landscape it. So we're quite a few
Long
decades
term.
away from that.
I'm sure we could find something shitty and landscape it.
Yeah, probably.
But not
Any
elevated
ideas?
above the road.
Yeah, that's the key
That's the
part.
selling point.
Anyway, I don't want us to focus on the High Line as this idea specifically.
We've crossed that one actually.
Yeah. Other ones, other ideas have been the, pedestrian access in Burlington, Vermont, or the
I love that area.
Church Street. It's
Isn't
very
it
cool.
cold there in the winter?
I believe that Vermont is, yes, quite cold in the winter.
Most
very
northern
cold.
climates are.
Yeah. So
I
one
so
think,
what was our
I think we're
idea?
all in agreement on that.
okay. So one thing, do you have any thoughts? I guess I have.
Do you want one thing from like a collective thought from us, or do you? Or
No,
Maybe
each of you.
Yeah,
I thought
each
that
of you.
Coliseum idea was a cool thing. We should bring that back.
The New Haven
The
Coliseum.
New Haven
No,
Coliseum.
no, from Rome, like that.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the Coliseum.
Yeah.
For killing Christians specifically, or just any?
Oh, so that's what's happening. Oh, never mind. Then I take that back.
we don't want to kill
I think a
anybody.
Coliseum would be a great idea. Sounds
yeah,
cool.
I mean, right.
I don't-
Finally
I
get this
don't-
lion
I'm not-
problem
I
under
would go to
control
a
as well.
big open air stadium.
That'd be nice. I mean, Yale
Or is that what
Bowl is
Taurus
really
is?
not that different. Actually, the baseball field kind of looks
Yeah.
like the Coliseum.
It does.
Yeah, it's
that's the oldest baseball field in America.
Is it?
And I actually,
Maybe the oldest stadium, I would say.
I actually
it's
regularly
super cool.
let wild animals loose there, so
Do you?
it does has kind of a vibe there now. Anyway,
I don't know if I can think of something.
Let me think.
Nashville's real fun.
Can it be?
dead air, huh?
Can you edit that out?
Any
That
one
thing that I
thing
did?
from another city.
That's 30 minutes of editing.
Really steep hills from San Francisco. Maybe an aquarium. That'd be cool.
An
I don't know.
aquarium would be cool, but where?
You need like small city ideas. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we all agree that New Haven has everything it needs.
I do love this city. It is pretty great compared to some other cities out there.
Yeah.
I think we're
I should
winning.
have sent
I
these
think we're winning.
questions ahead of time.
Would have been helpful.
We should have. That's fine though. There was actually one question I do remember seeing that. So your brother's-in-law.
Oh yeah,
Do you worry that your partnership will end in a deep family rift that spans generations?
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
No.
Maybe it's already begun.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah.
like? Do
What
you
if this
do-
moment actually spurred what that rift was? It's
That's
like,
what
no,
this
you know,
podcast is all about.
Oh, I would consider that a credit on my comedy career.
I wouldn't for sure.
Yeah, I would put that right on the old resume.
In your human career.
Disbanded
2019 Family
I'll-
Rift.
I'll say
disbanded
that-
a family business.
I already destroyed my family. Might as well do yours.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it. No, I actually know it never can even cross my mind.
Like, do you do any sort of like co-mediation or anything? Like, how do you keep your like working relationship healthy, or do you just get along really well? And maybe that's what led to the whole thing in the first place.
Truth be told, Joe and I think, are very similar people. Sometimes, or some interests. It's like Joe's a bass player, I play bass, and we both like riding bikes or that kind of stuff. Food. We have so many common interests that
Both love food.
So you guys are both little kids.
we're.
We like going out on
You are
Halloween.
every
You ever try
Tinder
roller
profile.
skating?
Yeah.
We have a tandem bike.
Is this like a seven or what is it? A Fight Club situation where it turns out you're the same person this whole time, or like
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we're pretty
Tyler
different
Durden.
in that regard.
is that we're in a situation?
We are two people. There's no questions about
Do you
that.
ever have squabbles on a business front? or are you pretty?
They don't even usually get to squabbles. It's usually we both. The thing I see is, well, if we're like having a problem, it's because it's a problem that we need to solve, and we're just, you know, like
Trial by
pretty
combat.
aware that, you know, they don't really take any offense, and like we just throw ideas out there, and some of them stick and some of them don't, and to not be too precious with your ideas because, you know, that's when you can. It's not worth anything. They're just a bunch of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how we're both sort of relaxed in a lot of our approaches to stuff. So it's not like there's no like mountain that we're gonna die on and fight for forever. It's like, I would do it differently, but Joe wants it this way, so that's the way it's gonna go.
I think that's actually great advice.
Yeah.
And that's something I've learned from comedy is that like don't get too married to the stuff that you make because like some of it is bad and that's like okay. And the better you get at throwing away bad ideas, the better you just get overall.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same in like restaurants. Like if you try something and maybe it doesn't work, like the better you are at letting that go, the more successful you'll be. Because not every idea is going to be good, right?
Yeah, most of them,
Most of them.
even the good ideas, sometimes we just let them go to make room for better ideas.
Okay.
So like that's like I think some things that like, so I think we both generally trust each other for our foresight or more so like our intuition. Like I really love to look at the data, but I have no idea almost what to do with it most of the time. And then when you start trusting like this data or this empirical evidence, and you're like, I trusted it, but what emerges is totally different, you know, like, and so therefore we always just give each other room to be right, and that I think is helpful.
John Lennon had this approach to writing songs where he would write a chorus and then make it the verse. So then he had to write a better chorus.
Okay.
So that's kind of the.
I was going to make a really terrible
That's-
John Lennon joke, but I've decided to not.
Now I know.
That's
So
just an
I'm the
approach,
better
and
person
that
today. Yeah.
applies to anything, though. You know, like you could be like, this is the good idea right here.
Yeah.
Let's make it the backup idea, and we'll get a better. We can jump off this.
Nice.
Yeah, good approach.
I think it maybe even applies to Fussy. Maybe Fussy's really
Absolutely.
great, and then we'll just maybe make Fussy 2, or maybe like something even better.
Yeah, I think you should shut it down immediately. Just
Yeah.
keep
You
it
know what?
moving.
Yeah.
But then
Are you guys listening over there? Shut it down. Bobby said to shut it down.
This is not live, but thank you. All right. So the next game we're going to play is Mayor for a Day. And so what happens is I give you a cool $1 million and you can do anything with it in the city that you want.
Tax dollars.
What?
Tax
No, they're just
dollars?
like, it's like just imagine you just somehow inherited $1 million from your rich great aunt or whatever, somehow got it scot-free.
But it's
you know?
got to be spent on the city.
Right. It's got to be spent in the city and it has to, but you don't have to worry about all their approval or any of the like
No.
hoops that we would, you know.
You're a dictator.
We're gonna pay that off with the $1 million. We're gonna use that to pay off.
You're just going to pay down your debt. God, so many boring answers to this
Exciting.
question.
No, I'm not. I'm more of a stewer, so I'll think about those questions and
With $1 million and I had to put it into the city.
Yeah.
There's still, you know, a whole bunch of space that needs to be, you know, cleaned up and fixed. There's there's so many.
Yeah, like maybe fix some of these blighted, empty, vacant lots that are just sitting here.
those are
Is it
those
still
are
empty?
Collins coffee shops.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Future
Slash
Colin
bathrooms.
Coffee Shop. There's right around the corner there was a music venue when I was a kid there that burned down,
Mhm.
and it's just still there's still nothing there.
What was
It's
that,
a
the Monkey
parking lot.
Bar? Something like that?
It was the
not
tune-in.
on that.
Taurus. No,
Tune in.
It was the tune-in.
Nice.
I played there when I was a kid. It was like '99. We played there.
So you bring back the tune in, basically?
I'd rebuilt the tune.
Nice. I think that's a great answer,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah. You might laugh, but I think it's a good answer.
I approve as well.
Yeah.
That's really not what I don't.
Yeah. I would
I don't
probably, I would maybe
That's
do,
my answer then.
I
If
would
he's gonna give
do
it
like
that one.
something on the green, because I've talked about this on
Mhm.
betweentworocks.com. Just check it out. Which if you are here, you probably know about it. But like, you know, like during like Christmas time, they have the Ferris wheel, they have like petting zoo and stuff like that. I would just I would put in some fucking picnic benches, and I would put in, this guy's staring very menacingly at us.
He is.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, waved? He did not wave back?
This is your end of days,
He
Josh.
is very high.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
But he's
very
not
drunk.
looking
It is
at
parade
anyone
day.
else besides Josh.
Are these
Oh,
windows?
is it really me?
Are these windows a
He saw
mirror
your
or no?
he saw your act.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, they're,
These are see-through windows.
they're regular
These are-
windows.
That
Yeah.
would be great if it was a two-way mirror. He was staring at himself.
Yeah, he's just like fixing his teeth or something. Yeah.
No, this is very alarming. Please send help if you do hear this and you have not heard from us.
Josh,
So wait,
it's
it
not
is live.
It is live. Shit.
It's actually broadcasting out onto the street.
It's 4 cusses.
Yeah.
For
I've been counting.
cusses?
He's doing some kind of sign language now.
I think he wants to like get let in. Maybe maybe he has a show. I don't know.
I think he's speaking sign language.
Oh, he is. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I don't speak
He's
sign
talking to
language.
somebody in here. Wow. Mystery solved. Sort of.
Mystery Science Theater.
Okay. Yeah, I would put in
Good
some
show.
like Ferris wheel or just some like attraction. Put us a
You're
picnic
still
tables.
going with the Ferris
What
wheel.
about a?
Well, maybe not a Ferris wheel, but like some.
What are those Ferris
sort of,
swings? You know, the ones. That's the one I would
Oh
do.
Those are
yeah.
fun.
Maybe a water slide. That'd be good. You
What if
one
there
of those
was
You
that
a
freeze it in the
roller-
winter.
Damn it.
Ice luge.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
for fourth or fifth wave coffee.
Fourth
Yeah.
wave.
Illusion.
4.5.
What if there was a roller coaster that went through the whole town?
Yeah, we've heard that before.
That was gonna
Rooftop
be a
to
You have heard that
rooftop.
before.
Oh yeah.
You think you're the first
Damn
roller
it.
coaster people? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was like my
Get in
second idea.
line.
Yeah. But that's gonna cost a cool 150 mil. Like roller
Yeah,
coasters are
that's
Big
expensive.
Are they?
You got to
It's
get a
one of
new
those-
roller coaster guy.
If you got to get a carny coaster, then you could probably do that for a mil. You know.
They have that
but-
in Shelton.
I got a roller coaster guy I want you to talk to. You're gonna love this guy. He's gonna set you up.
Nice. I do get along pretty well with carnies. That's good.
Really?
So the last game we're gonna play is Fuck, Marry, Kill. But it's for basically we don't do it for people because that would be rude. We don't do things.
I
like
think
that.
that's how it's designed, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but we
marriage.
don't.
We've
Yeah,
repurposed it.
yeah. This is we live in the world. We don't have to follow the rules set
This
by
is a
the
fourth
Fuck, Marry,
wave
Kill
show.
Council.
I'm giving up on gravity.
Well, some laws you have to. Yeah, physics, sure. But I don't think Fuck, Marry, Kill is technically one of the laws of thermodynamics.
No,
so.
no.
I'm
It's not
still-
immutable. We can change this. one.
That's right. So we're gonna do it for ideas. We had a couple thoughts. Was either other cafes in New Haven?
Oh,
or
no, no, no,
maybe
no, no, no.
you want to do that? All right. What about coffee types or drinks? You know,
Huh?
like
Sure.
yeah, something
What
like
are the
that.
other options before I commit to that? I want to know if my full span of options.
Your parents or children was Colin's suggestion,
Sure. I could do that.
or maybe like
So we should say it's
Or I
not.
would almost
It's
say-
not the classic fuck, marry, kill. It's
I
kind of
get
like
it.
the.
the metaphorical.
right.
Yeah, Mary's the one that you want to stick with
Yeah.
forever.
This is fourth wave fuck, marry, kill.
It is.
Oh yeah, we are
Yeah.
get real.
Fuck is the one you want to.
You fuck with it now and again.
Yeah.
but it's not your everyday.
A little bit here, a little bit there.
But then, or the other one I was thinking would be like, maybe like dishes you think maybe restaurants overuse. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah,
something
I
you
can do that.
I
really.
can get behind that. Yeah.
Yeah, you like
that's
that
a fun
one?
one.
Let's
yeah.
do that.
Okay. Yeah, whatever is easy. And
Dave,
we
start
can-
us off. What do you?
Oh,
I I think we got to give him a second to think.
Don't you gotta
know
give
what
us-
I
I
like
mean?
having no.
Don't you got to
time
give us
to
three
think.
dishes to
Yeah, I
choose
thought-
from?
Oh no, no,
no,
no!
we're-
This
we're-
is-
we go
this is
freeform.
free form.
Yeah, we go
Free form.
You got to use your own noodle.
okay.
So-
Let's do kill because I think it kills the easiest, right?
Kill is the
Kill?
easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could.
Are
pick
we
s-
just doing all dishes in the world?
Yeah.
Is that
I think I like the idea where it's like all restaurants are doing this and it's kind of dumb or it's kind of awesome.
gotcha?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like modern dishes that you see around,
Let's
you
do
know,
it.
whether
Yep.
New Haven or just sort of.
I'm
hipper.
gonna marry pizza.
Oh,
Okay.
See, that's the safe play though.
Okay.
We're in New Haven.
Well, that's
Just
what
all pizza.
marriage is. Literally a safe play. I hope that you're. You know, I'm thinking
Yeah.
you're gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go to high risk marriage. High risk, high reward. I'm gonna
actually-
marry
that's
the
good advice. Thank you.
Duchess.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry pizza. I'm gonna fuck ramen
Okay. Yeah.
because I love ramen.
Yeah.
But like, so I don't
every
think it's
day.
I don't think it's a sustainable thing for me to
Yeah.
eat all
Great
the time.
ramen weather today. I gotta
Oh
say.
man,
I'm gonna go the opposite route and kill ramen. I love it, but I don't. We don't need any more places in New Haven.
Yeah.
No more ramen places.
I thought this is the whole world.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's just saying like
right,
dishes,
you know?
like popularity of dishes, and like, but this is
We're
a New
playing
Haven-based
games.
podcast, so
Sure,
like,
sure.
there's no.
Do you get a lot of Tokyo listeners here, or just mostly New Haven?
Yeah, I would
Mostly.
say 70% Tokyo listeners,
That's cool.
20% kids.
From Japan, at least. Definitely.
10%
Maybe
ball.
not all
the kids
Tokyo,
love this
yeah.
game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go fuck shishito peppers because I dig them, but I really can't get behind them on like a very permanent way.
Now, what is that?
It's a pepper. It's like a
I got
small,
that part.
Yeah, it's in the name, really, shishito pepper. No, it's like a tiny pepper. They do it in a lot of like Asian cuisine, and it's really good if you put like a lot of butter and soy sauce on it. And it's really good. I mean, they roast it on like a charbroiler or something like that. Really fun. Really like it, but it's not forever.
We're gonna go have dinner with your family next week. Oh, what did Dave talk about today? Fucking a shishito pepper. Actually, that's what I was just doing with Dave.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Seems appropriate.
I'm gonna kill artisanal pizza. I just don't need fig on a pizza. I don't know who asked for it. I don't care about it. It's fine.
The sweeter it gets, the worse it gets for me.
Yeah, I just like they get so avant-garde with it, and it's just like I don't know. To some extent, I don't need it. It doesn't add anything really to me.
I'm gonna kill anything that says Tuscan style.
Okay,
What about Tuscan chicken?
Done, man.
done.
Imported.
End of days.
Anything labeled Tuscan style is off my list.
Okay.
It has to be.
I'm gonna marry Stu.
Stew.
What a fucking move! Set a left
Look
field.
at
All
this
stews.
day.
Any
It's
stew.
stew weather. Tell
Can
me this
you
isn't
even-
great stew weather.
It is, but and it is parade day, so I mean, I see the influence, but like, does anybody even sell stew? Can you buy stew
Oh,
at a
you gotta
restaurant?
make your own stew,
Yeah,
bro.
You can't just. Bam.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe a stew shop. That's what we need.
Yeah, hearty stew shop, good bread.
Guitar store / stew
could-
shop.
You can do it
Most
in
guitar
the
stores
Super
are stew
Bodega.
shops.
The Super
So the Super Bodega has stew.
Right.
Because you have like a salad bar. Why not a stew
bar.
Bam.
You put it all in, and then like
You know, there are so many good ideas on this podcast,
There
I
are.
think, that really get missed.
Waiting
you
to
know?
It'd be nice if you
commercialized.
could have like one of those ice cream places where you just go and like they give you a cup and it's by the weight. You just fill it. however you
Froyo
want.
world, bro. It's here.
You know what I'm
Froyo.
saying?
Yeah.
So like you have a stew joint, and it's just like they just pour all kinds of stew.
Yeah,
and
and
it's by
just
the
beef
pound.
comes out of a little nozzle.
Yeah, beef nozzle.
beef
Great.
nozzle.
It's called beef nozzle.
That's my
That's
$1
the
million
name of
thing.
it.
If I had the $1 million, I'll make a beef nozzle.
Well, that's what I'm going to open next to
I'd
Fussy
make
Coffee, actually.
beef nozzle?
Beef nozzle.
yeah.
yeah. This is what the show is.
It's probably
They
going to
just-
cost more than $1
There's
million.
also
stealing-
some really bad ideas on this podcast.
I would marry yakitori. I love yakitori.
I don't
Like
even know
the
what that
little
is.
like little skewers of Japanese cuts of meat.
You're
Okay.
0 for 2 for them knowing what you're talking
I
about
know,
on
I'm-
the food thing.
I bring
Yeah,
the
he's very-
Asian part of
God,
cuisine
this
to
guy's out of
Fussy, so
touch.
All right.
He does.
I got to hold my responsibilities. Yakitori is so fun.
Okay.
It's good drunk food and it's good not drunk food. So that's a win.
Nice.
So it's good food.
Those are the only two things you can be.
My two
So
states.
did we cover everything? Because I feel like this was the most chaotic version of this game. By like,
It was.
Yeah.
Usually we have
didn't
everybody to marry. We have everybody.
I wanted to
fuck,
kill
but this
something.
Was like
What's that? What's that like
What's
oil
the
they
food?
put on fries with like the mushroom oil? What was it called again?
truffle
oil?
Truffle
killing it.
oil.
I
Kill
hate
it.
killing
it.
truffle?
that's a
I'm
move.
killing
Good
truffle
move.
oil.
I
You're
like
killing
it.
truffle
Good
oil?
move.
I can't. I mean, I like
It's
it,
all right. Yeah.
but
Overused.
it's got to go. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
I could support
And then
that.
it's like either when you get it, it's either like, is there truffle oil on this, or it's like, is there anything but truffle oil on this?
Yeah.
And that's my thing.
All right. Well, I would marry sushi because it's just the best ever, and I never get sick of it.
Wait. You're gonna marry
You've
sushi?
heard of
Yeah.
sushi, but
But
you haven't heard
yakitori
of
or shishito peppers?
I've heard of it. I just can't say. You know, I don't know these words by name. You know.
Isn't that the only way you know words?
Yeah, I guess technically, but you know what I mean. You
very
hear
good,
a
Dave.
word, doesn't mean you know what it means. I'm like, yes, that is a word in the world. I agree.
It's more of
I
a sound at that point, isn't it?
No, it's a word. I'd be
okay.
like, yeah.
the association with the object. Yeah.
I would be like, that is not a word you just made up, but I don't know what it means. But yeah, we are about at the end of this podcast because there are other people who need to use the studio apparently. Although I don't know. I mean, we're the flagship. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. So go check out Fussy Coffee. It is Science Park. What's the actual address?
290 Winchester Ave. We're on the corner of Winchester and Munson.
Yeah, it's super good coffee, super good food, cool vibe. Open 7 days a week,
360 days a year.
360. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow,
only, like-
taking off President's Day, a bunch of jerks.
Actually, I think we have to work President's Day.
I
We don't get that one off.
Yeah, it was- okay. So you
like-
did get the joke. It's good. Didn't land, but at least they understood. Yeah, check out Fussy Coffee, Bar 140.
Yeah.
Don't check out that cupcake place because they don't make money from that anymore.
No. No interest in that one anymore.
I haven't made a cupcake since.
Thank you so much for being on here.
Yeah, this was great.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks for having us.
Yeah,
It's fun.
and I look forward to being at the shop some more, checking it out. I don't exactly know when this is coming out, so I have no shows to plug. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. And yeah, that's it. Bye.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
pizza in common. With 2 rocks for bookends. New Haven, New Haven, New Haven. Between 2 rocks. Ba-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da. Between 2 rocks.